Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another Total Extreme Wrestling video, and welcome to a pay-per-view spectacular on a Sunday afternoon. That is what you want to see. Two big shows, NXT Takeover 30 and Summerslam 2020, with our own spin on them. Of course this has already happened in real life, but we've got our own spin to stick, and it's going to be a lot different than what happened in real life for a lot of it. So let's talk through what we're going to go through. If you haven't been watching the weeks leading up to this, why haven't you? Make sure you go and watch that to make sure it makes sense, you know. But if not, let's run it through. We'll start with NXT TakeOver. This is the card. Okay then, North American title will be on the line, and Johnny Gargano defends his belt against Kushida, two top in-ring workers on the NXT brand, going at it for the mid-card title. It's a little bit like the 90s WWF, but it should be a hell of a matchup. Gargano and Kushida with the North American title on the line. The tag championships will also be on the line. GYV, Grizzled Young Veterans, won the belts from Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle earlier on this month from the Broserweights due to Finn Balor getting involved. Since then, they've gone on a tear, but they've got challengers stepping up. Breezango, the main roster experience, but GYV think they are a joke of the tag team division, and they look to put a stamp on them, put an end to Breezango, and walk away with their belts tonight. The Women's Championship will be on the line in a very, very personal battle. Dakota Kai is the Women's Champion after defeating Rhea Ripley for the title a few weeks ago. Since then, she has targeted one person, and that is Tegan Nox. Very personal attacks, talking about Tegan's injury, talking about the hardship, the upset she had to go through. And yeah, Tegan has got anger flowing through her. But on Wednesday, we had a big development in this feud. If Tegan Nox does not defeat Dakota Kai and win the NXT Women's Championship tonight, she will never get another shot at Dakota Kai ever again. That is the rule that Regal has put across. So will Tegan, with all that pressure, get the job done tonight? There's going to be a last man standing match between two of the biggest warriors on the yellow brand. Karrion Kross has, well, he's made a splash since coming in. Not quite as big as a splash in real life. I haven't put him towards the title just yet. But today, he's got a big battle. Tommaso Ciampa, these two, oh, well, it's been a little bit dramatic, I suppose. I think at one point Ciampa was locked up by Kross. We've moved away from that because I weren't keen on it. But since then, these two have been brawling. It feels like there's not space enough for both of these men on the NXT brand, so they will take each other out in a last man standing match tonight. The first of two matches with NXT Championship permutations, really. Matt Riddle will be taking on the Prince, Finn Balor. A bit of a dream match. It's happened before, but we're giving it the full go this time, and it should be a hell of a fight. Finn Balor seemed to get himself involved in the Broserweights business and cost the Broserweights the tag team championships. Since then, he's taken Pete Dunne out. We haven't heard of Pete Dunne since being taken out with the 1916 on the concrete 3 weeks ago. Will Riddle get revenge for his partner, or will Balor stand tall? But not just that. The winner of this one will put themselves into a big place as number one contender for the NXT Championship. Will it be Riddle? Will it be Finn Balor? Oh, will it be fantastic? I'm sure it will. And finally, your main event is for the NXT Championship. Adam Cole is the longest reigning NXT champion. He is the greatest NXT champion of all time. Nobody has been able to beat him, whether it's Gargano, whether it's Ciampa, whether it's Velveteen Dream, whether it's Kushida. Nobody has been able to get near Adam Cole and get that belt away from him. But one man has not had a go yet, and tonight he gets his opportunity. The limitless Keith Lee will take on Adam Cole. The NXT Championship's on the line. Big fight feel for this main event. Going to be a hell of a card. We're going to start with TakeOver in just a moment. Before we do, there's another pay-per-view to talk through, and let's talk through SummerSlam. Okay, SummerSlam is going to be hopefully a hell of a pay-per-view, and I can reveal that this is your opening contest. It's going to be Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, and this one is also a #1 contenders matchup. Two bitter rivals over the past few weeks. They've been taking each other out in brawling segments. Which one of these two top stars on Monday Night Raw, Kevin Owens or Randy Orton, will secure themselves a shot at the WWE Champion? This is going to be vicious. The Raw Tag Team Championships are going to be on the line in a fatal 4-way tag team contest. AOP and the Disciples, Murphy and Benjamin, are meant to be on the same page, and they could be back on the same page. But since then, they've been going to war. Add in the Viking Raiders, add in the Street Profits, and this has a recipe for some action. Definite action. The Raw Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Smackdown Tag Team Championships are also on the line tonight, and this has got also a pretty big fight feel to it. Roman Reigns, the Star, will be teaming with Daniel Bryan against the Smackdown Tag Team Champions, The Miz and John Morrison. 4 big stars for the brand. It shows how deep this SmackDown brand really is, and you can use them in the tag division. It'll be Reigns and Bryan, former rivals turned friends, against Miz and Morrison. Miz and Bryan against each other again. Hell yes, let's do it. The Intercontinental Championship will be on the line. Sami Zayn has been on a bit of a tear of recent nature. He beat Daniel Bryan. He managed to beat Big E. Now his New Day stablemate Kofi Kingston wants a shot. It's going to be Kofi and Sami Zayn, and the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Over on Raw, their mid-card title, the United States Championship, is also on the line in a rematch from our last pay-per-view. It's going to be Andrade, it's going to be Aleister Black, and these two men will go to war for the right to be called United States Champion. I definitely feel that this could be Aleister Black's last opportunity. There's no Zelina Vega, of course. Black dealt with her. Will Lana prove to be important cog in Andrade's machine? Aleister Black and Andrade once again. Let's turn our attention to the women's titles. We'll start with Monday Night Raw, and this is a WrestleMania rematch. It is Shayna Baszler looking to dethrone the man, Becky Lynch, who has held on to this title for at least a year and a half now. She looks unstoppable. However, Shayna Baszler is a machine, and Shayna Baszler has made this more personal than she could ever think to make it. They've had some really, really good brawling segments, but then last week on Raw, Shayna Baszler attacked Becky's mother. Will that come into play tonight? Can Becky keep her composure, or will Shayna take advantage to become the new Raw Women's Champion? Over on SmackDown, this is also very personal. 5 years ago at NXT Takeover Brooklyn, the first one, it was Bayley versus Sasha Banks in a match that transcended women's wrestling. 5 years later, at SummerSlam in Orlando, they do it again. Will Sasha Banks retain her women's championship that she won last month in a triple threat match with Bayley and Ember Moon? That's where this all started from. Bayley was not happy with that betrayal, and she showed it on SmackDown. A vicious beatdown. Bayley has turned her back on Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is looking for revenge. It's Sasha and Bayley finally at SummerSlam. 3 matches left to go through. We'll go with the one that's not a world championship. This is a dream match. It is Edge. Since his return, he's faced Randy Orton, of course, and we haven't used him in the save. We do tonight. Seth Rollins has been, well, once again, I can say it again, he's been on a tear. He has been on a tear. He's gone through Rey Mysterio, and now Edge stands in his way. Will Seth Rollins beat Edge and retire him like he claims he will, or will Edge make a triumphant return to the WWE at SummerSlam with fans in attendance? It's going to be Seth Rollins versus Edge tonight. Okay, the first of 2 World Championship contests on the card tonight, and it's the WWE Championship on the line. AJ Styles cashed in his Money in the Bank to take the belt from Drew McIntyre at the last pay-per-view. However, Drew McIntyre is not finished with the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre has been hunting AJ Styles down. However, to get this match, he had to sign a contract saying that Drew McIntyre will not touch AJ Styles until this match. AJ has managed to worm his way away from Drew McIntyre's violent throws. However, tonight's the night. Drew McIntyre gets his hands on AJ Styles, and will he walk away with the WWE Championship? Oh yes, let's find out tonight. And finally, the Universal Championship will be on the line in a match nearly 5 years in the making. It is Braun Strowman, the current Universal Champion, against Bray Wyatt, the Fiend. It is going to be... well, it is going to be a horror show for sure. And let's just talk about the fact that Bray Wyatt has been, well, protecting Braun Strowman since we started this save. He helped him out against Shinsuke Nakamura, against Roman Reigns, and now Braun Strowman doesn't want any help. Braun Strowman realised what was happening and he wants to go out on his own. Bray Wyatt does not like that. Will Bray Wyatt be able to shepherd in the black sheep of the Wyatt family? Or will Braun Strowman monster through the Fiend? Let's do this. Going to be a hell of a card, SummerSlam, but so will NXT Takeover 30. Let's start with that one, the yellow brand. Technically, it'll be on the Saturday night. It looks like both shows are going to be on the Sunday. It doesn't really matter too much. NXT Takeover 30 right now. Okay, NXT Takeover 30 is going to open up with the North American Championship on the line. Johnny Gargano versus Kushida. Will they have a classic? And will Kushida win the championship? The answer is no, he won't win the championship, but they will have a classic. Johnny Gargano defeats Kushida in about 15 minutes. The Croston Crab, apparently. But an 81 for NXT. Wow. Wow. Gargano 82, Kushida 65. Really great match. 81. Gargano gets the victory. His North American Championship reign goes on. And that may not be a bad thing if he's putting in performances like that. That is brilliant. After the match for a 72 rate segment, of course, Gargano over-celebrates because he is that, well, annoying little heel, isn't he? That's what we're going with. He over-celebrates again. But he's still North American champion. The tag team titles are also on the line. 46 for the promo to hype up for it. Not good at all from these two. Will the match be better, or will it be a train wreck? Breezango and the Grizzled Young Veterans get us a 60, which isn't bad at all, really. It's about right. An 18-minute match. Gibson and Breeze involved in the finish. Zach Gibson pinning Tyler Breeze. Grizzled Young Veterans retain their championships. Makes a lot of sense, really, if you look at the tag division. We could have put the titles on Breezango, but they're not for me, to be honest. The whole point of this feud was to put over the new champions, and we've done that. 62 from Gibson, the main thing here. Could it be better, that could have been better. I'll take it, though. 2 matches in, 2 titles retained. Interesting. Now, before our next matchup, William Regal makes his entrance and says, we're about to see perhaps a masterpiece, perhaps the match of the year. However, we did say it's going to be for an NXT Championship opportunity. I didn't say when that's going to be, but I can tell you now. The winner of this next contest will be fighting for the NXT Championship this Wednesday. Huge match announced for this Wednesday. We're going to have a title matchup. Now, will the challenger be Finn Balor, or will it be Matt Riddle? Will this be a masterpiece? Balor and Riddle gets us a 73, so not quite as good, but still pretty good. 75 from Balor, 70 from Riddle. We gave it a lot of time, and they tried to have this sort of psychological matchup, and I think it worked quite well, to be honest, but an emotional high struggled it. Matt Riddle struggled with a slow build. It is what it is, but Balor did well, Riddle did well. That's pretty good. And as you can see here, Matt Riddle defeats Finn Balor. Matt Riddle has a championship opportunity on Wednesday. This is a surprise for a few, I'm sure, because it looked like Balor was going to go through and back up the card a bit. I'm not saying that won't happen. I'm just saying this particular match with the storyline we'd weaved with Balor taking out Dunn. Dunn was ready to come back. Dunn is back, and he distracts Balor in the finish, and the Broserweights get their revenge. Matt Riddle gets the victory on a big stage. He's a huge star in the making. Let's push him to the moon. 73 and a 78 for the post-match angle with the Broserweights getting revenge well and truly on Balor, hitting their finishing moves, and a real feel-good moment on NXT TakeOver. The baby faces stand tall. Balor gets a little bit of his own medicine here. 78 for the segment, 73 for the match. Could be worse, pretty good either way. Adam Cole cut a promo on Keith Lee for 70 to hype up the main event tonight, where Adam Cole defends the championship against the Limitless One. And then we went to Tegan Nox cutting a promo and says tonight she has to win. She knows the pressure's on her, but she knows she's good enough. She knows she's good enough. But if she doesn't win, she doesn't know what she's going to do, because what is the point of being here if she can't be women's champion? What is the point? So she has to win to give her career a point. 60. Will she win though? The women's championship's on the line. Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox. Your winner. And still NXT women's champion Dakota Kai. Sorry, Teags. Sorry. Now, I have said before on this, Tegan Nox is a woman that I really want to push to the moon, and this is part of it. This is part of it. There's money in the chase, and we're going to build Tegan Nox right up. She's got to take some losses and some blows, and this is one of it. 57 from Tegan, 58 from Dakota Kai, 64 though. Really good match for these two. Good chemistry, and Dakota Kai with a surprise roll-up puts away Tegan Nox to retain her championship. Post-match, Tegan looks devastated for a 50-rate segment. Devastated. Tegan Nox has no idea what the hell she's going to do with her career. Up next, a last man standing contest. It's Karrion Kross and Tommaso Ciampa. Will they breach 75? I'm not sure. Wow. Yes, they will. An 81 rated matchup. Fantastic. Karrion Kross 66, Ciampa 74, and these two have bumped themselves up to an 81. And Karrion Kross wins the last man standing match. Tommaso Ciampa couldn't beat the 10 count, and this is good. 4 stars. Very, very, very good. Karrion Kross being put over big time, and will he be in NXT Championship opportunities in the future? Potentially. 81, though, is very, very good. Afterwards, though, just to show that both men have had an absolute beating. Both men have been through a war. They're both stretchered out. Ciampa and Kross stretchered out. That's how much of a brutal battle that was. 70 for the segment rating. Good stuff. Backstage, Keith Lee's about to make his entrance when Matt Riddle comes over and says, "Listen, bro, I just want to say, good luck, bro. Good luck. Good luck." Matt Riddle putting himself in the face of a potential NXT champion here, Keith Lee. Will Keith Lee walk away with the championship, though? One final segment beforehand, 71 for that, by the way, sees Adam Cole tell the Undisputed Era to stay behind. He says, "I need to prove what these people have been saying is not true. I need to prove that I am the best, and I can do it on my own. I appreciate all your help, boys, and I really, really do. And this is a one-time thing. But this particular night, I need to do it on my own." Adam Cole makes his entrance alone. Keith Lee makes his entrance. Big fight feel here at NXT TakeOver 30. It is Keith Lee versus Adam Cole. Your winner and new NXT champion, Keith Lee. We have pulled the trigger, ladies and gentlemen, on a big title change here at NXT. Keith Lee is your new NXT champion. Adam Cole's really long reign as champion is over, and Keith Lee wins it. An 82 rated matchup, a great main event. Adam Cole 84, Keith Lee 58. So Keith Lee definitely isn't performing as well as Adam Cole. However, we needed to get the title over onto Keith Lee today, and we have done that. Great contest, great match. Adam Cole is your new NXT champion, and it gives us an 81 rated NXT TakeOver. Very, very, very good. I am so pleased with that. That is a very good card. If Riddle and Balor hits that 80 mark, by the way, it's even better. But I will take that. Last man standing match was a lot better than I thought it would be. Keith Lee and Adam Cole had a great match, and Johnny Gargano and Kushida. So Gargano, Ciampa, and Cole, the stalwarts of NXT, have done it again. Very, very good. Now, the question is, can SummerSlam live up to NXT? We will find out right now. Okay, we open up SummerSlam. It's actually a pre-show. We're going to do a few matches on the pre-show. It's a big, big event. I think it's probably worth doing. So we're going to try and do that. And then we'll get on to the main show. I don't think the pre-show counts towards the show rating. So in theory, I'm not going to say that it counts towards storyline. I'm just going to see if these matches work and then go through. We open up with Ruby Riott against Natalya. Interesting, 62 then. So that's pretty good. Pretty good, actually. Natalya really holding it together. Ruby Riott 41. She was off her game a little bit, but that's not bad. And she used a foreign object for the win, so she cheated to win. So if you wanted to use that in storyline, you can do. Ruby Riott gets a win over Natalya on the SummerSlam kickoff show. Elias also defeats Jeff Hardy on the SummerSlam kickoff show for a 65. Jeff 62, Elias 61. This is good. This is pretty good TV sort of Smackdown stuff, so I'm happy with that. Jeff was off his game a little bit, but it's fine. And yeah, Cesaro got involved, and it meant as Elias could get the victory over Jeff. 4 women on the Smackdown roster pulled off a 58. This is really good. Sonya Deville, the best of the lot, well, not quite, 56. Carmella, 57. Ember Moon, 50, and 56 from Mandy Rose. Sonya gets the victory over the other 3 men or 3 women in the contest. Sonya getting a victory there. That's pretty good. And finally, the kickoff show ends with a 75. That is very good. Ricochet defeated Dolph Ziggler, and we put Renee Young out there. I do need to change her to a heel. I'm doing it. After last week, if you missed it, sort of the week before last, where Dolph Ziggler and Renee Young had an affair, I am using that. Renee Young will become the new manager of Dolph Ziggler. That is happening. But 75, good kickoff show contest here. Very good. We open up then with Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Which one of these 2 men will get a shot at the WWE champion? And will we open the show with a good contest? You bet your ass we will. Oh no, not an injury. Not an injury. 76. Anyway, let's talk through the contest, because Kevin Owens defeats Randy Orton. A pop-up powerbomb does the business, and he beats Orton clean. A big win for Kevin Owens here. Massive win for Kevin Owens to kick off SummerSlam. 74 from Owens, 80 from Orton. Owens sustains an abdominal strain. That's a shame. However, it may go into storyline with what we're doing later. So we'll see. We'll see. Still, though, very good start. 76, hell of an opener. A really good opener, actually. And yeah, 2 good starts, putting on a good contest. Very good. Reigns and Bryan cut a promo swearing vengeance on The Miz and Morrison for the beatdown that Bryan took on Smackdown on Friday. Roman Reigns, of course, was barricaded into his locker room. He couldn't help. He had to watch as Bryan was fed to the wolves. Miz and Morrison tonight. Reigns and Bryan get their title opportunity. But will Bryan be 100%? 70 though, good promo from 2 big stars on a Smackdown brand. The next contest is for the Intercontinental Championship. It's Sami Zayn versus Kofi Kingston, your winner. And new Intercontinental Champion, Kofi Kingston. Okay, let me talk you through it. 79 though, really great match. Considering it was 69 apiece, they got a 79. I'm assuming it was boosted by the good storyline, because we have had a pretty high storyline going into this. Sami Zayn's not a very good heel. I mean, I think he's a very good heel. Anyway, hot crowd, helped it, high title prestige, because we're doing a lot of work with the Intercontinental Championship. Zayn's been a big part of that. But today, we moved the title over onto Kofi Kingston. Kingston defeated Sami Zayn with a Trouble in Paradise. They got 20 minutes to have, hopefully, a SummerSlam Classic. And they got nearly full stars, so I'm pretty pleased with that. 69 apiece is a bit weird to get 10 over that. That is bizarre, but I will take it. Woods did good work at ringside as well. And yeah, Kofi wins. And as Kofi is celebrating his win, he's celebrating with his New Day mates, we get a shock. Kofi Kingston is attacked from behind by Big E Langston, or Big E as he is called. Big E turns on Kofi Kingston, for a 69 rated segment. Could do better. We'll handle the change in a second. Big E turns on Kofi. He's won the Intercontinental Championship, but that was Big E's shot. Big E had his shot, and Kofi got involved last time out last month. And since then, it's all been about Kofi again, and Big E has finally snapped. He's a monster, and he should be used that way when he can, and today he uses it in that way. Big E takes out Kofi, hits the big ending. Xavier Woods is just watching on shocked. Big E does not touch Xavier Woods. His problem is not with Xavier Woods, it's with Kofi Kingston. And Big E has laid out the new Intercontinental Champion and has, well, destroyed the New Day. A big segment this. This is huge. And now we can officially turn Big E heel. He's had 15 segments building up for it. So I'm pleased with what we've done with him there. We're going to turn him heel. Change his gimmick too. His Wild Man gimmick is pretty good. Gives a large penalty to star quality during matches and angles. That's interesting. Penalised taking part in comedy matches. But he's not going to do... He's going to be a badass. He is going to be a badass. And now we're going to try and use him that way too. So we can come off that. And the turn was a complete success. Very good. And the Big E heel turn monster push starts now. New Day and no more. The Intercontinental Championship scene has changed like that. Sami Zayn is no longer champion. Kofi Kingston is champion. And he seems to have Big E hunting him down. Wow. Watching on a monitor backstage was Sasha Banks, and she compares Big E turning on a friend to what Bayley did to her 3 weeks ago. And tonight Sasha gets her revenge. The Boss and Hug connection, the golden role models are no more. Tonight there's just one champion, and that will still be the Boss, Sasha Banks. Face promo here from Sasha, 61. Not bad at all, really. We go from Sasha to Becky, who cuts a promo swearing revenge on Shayna Baszler for attacking her mother on Sunday. However, her mother interrupts the interview, and she says, listen, I get that you're angry and I get you want to protect me, but just stay true to yourself, Becky. And she really drives this home that, look, don't just lose it. Be who you are. Be how I raised you. Be a good person. I'm not saying go easy. I'm just saying think about a human decency in this. And Becky takes it on board. And here we go then. The Raw Women's Championship is on the line. Will Becky Lynch hold on, or will Shayna dethrone the man, the winner? And new Raw Women's Champion Shayna Baszler in an 84 rated matchup, a classic in the women's division. Becky and Shayna have nailed it, and we have a new Raw Women's Champion. Major title change here at SummerSlam, and I do not believe it. 84. Wow. Shayna 77, Becky 78. Great chemistry, and that helped it. Really improved it. Gained heat for the storyline, but I think it's already a pretty good storyline. Shayna's an amazing heel. Star quality is great. Good ring announcing. Good announcing. Good road agent work as well. Lack of heat actually brought it down a bit, but what a matchup. What a matchup between these two. And you can say that Shayna, well, you can say that there was a distraction in the end, that Becky seems to be going too far in beating down Shayna, and Mom comes out to try and stop her. The distraction meant Shayna could lock in the armbar. Becky taps out, and that is how you put over a new heel champion. Shayna looks like a monster. This is what should have happened at WrestleMania. I get it may have not because of the fans, but this is what perhaps should have happened, particularly with Becky leaving afterwards. It's what has happened now. Shayna is the new Raw Women's Champion. A little bit of a reward for some fantastic performances over the last few months. So 2 title matches so far, 2 title changes. We are shaking things up at SummerSlam. From there, we go backstage. Kevin Owens is cutting a promo saying that he wants a WWE Championship match and he wants it on Monday. However, before he can get his words out, he's attacked from behind. Randy Orton attacks Kevin Owens backstage, leaves him down and out. But what we do say is he hits the punt. He hits the punt on KO. Orton, furious at the loss earlier, gets some revenge and takes out the #1 contender. What does this mean for the WWE Championship picture? And we don't even know who the champion will be. With Owens' injury earlier, this could be a blessing in disguise, because if he's out for a few weeks, this is how you can write him out of the storyline. So this may work in our favour. 68 isn't great, but it's okay. Up next, a dream match. Seth Rollins will be taking on Edge. And I am hoping this will be a very good match. I haven't seen Edge in action on the save so far, so maybe he lets us down. But Seth has been on fire lately. He got a 75 out of Titus O'Neil. Wonder what he can get out of Edge today. A dream match. Seth versus Edge at SummerSlam gets us an 80. So that's still very good. Seth with an 86 performance. Edge 78. That's probably a little harsh. Could have been 84, 83. Anyway, still very good. And as you can see here, Edge pins Seth Rollins. Edge wins. Edge wins. Now, I did go back and forth on this one, and I really, really didn't know what to do. Because I was going to do a rematch. I may still do a rematch, which is why I've had Edge go over. But if not, you've got the big babyface return. I don't think Seth loses much from losing to a guy like Edge. Being in the ring with him helps him. Seth has a little bit of comeuppance, and then we can get back behind Seth again. Seth's there all the time. Edge, I think this helps him. I think this helps him if we ever decide to use him again. I did really think about putting Seth over, and eventually if we do a rematch, that will be what's happened. But 80 is pretty good. I was hoping for a little bit better. 21 minutes they got. They had a decent contest. Very well. Still a 4-star contest. We said it was a spectacle, and they've done well on that. Christian Cage did well as the road agent. Edge struggled a little bit, which is a shame. However, good stuff. 80, good stuff. This SummerSlam card has been pretty good so far. After the match, Edge offers a handshake to Seth Rollins, who, of course, does not take it. Afterwards, he beats him down. Beats him down. That's quite wrong. I don't know why it says that. But Seth beats down Edge and gets his heat back after the match. If we do a return by Edge again, this is what we could do. So 70, good match, good segment, good stuff. Up next, the Raw Tag Team Championships are on the line. Seth is backstage. Seth isn't here to watch, and he sort of gives them a nod as he goes backstage to AOP, to the Disciples, and he says, get the business done and keep this championship with us. He tells them to play nice. Will they play nice? It's the Raw Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way Contest. The winners. Now, tonight, there's been so far there's been 2 title matches on SummerSlam and 2 title changes. Your winners. And new Raw Tag Team Champions, Razor, Akam, the AOP, Authors of Pain, win the tag team titles. Wow. As you can see here, 63. And yeah, it's probably about right for the storyline. I've not got any complaints with any of those. I know AOP are the weakest of the lot, so I put the titles on them so they can build themselves up with the championships. And AOP win the titles. So Murphy and Benjamin were out first. This is an elimination match, and they were out first. Viking Raiders then, and then it was left with the Street Profits and AOP got the job done. The championships have changed hands. They stay in the Disciples, but how will Murphy and Benjamin react to that one? AOP are your Raw Tag Team Champions. AJ Styles got a promo on Drew for 69, promising to walk away with a championship. That's nice, comfortable stuff. And after that, the United States Championship is on the line. Aleister Black looks to dethrone the self-professed greatest United States champion of all time, Andrade. Now, once again, there have been 3 title matches so far on this card. There have been 3 title changes so far on this card. Aleister Black and Andrade, your winner. And new United States champion Aleister Black in another fantastic match. A 78. Really good stuff. And a new champion. Andrade has done some great stuff with a belt, and there's no debating it. But we're going to move it over now to Aleister Black, and it's going to help him and his face push. These two are stars of the future, I tell you now. Two men I want to push big time. That's why I wanted to pair them together to see what magic they could do on the undercard. A bit like Rock and Triple H in '98. Now these two can go their separate ways, but perhaps be rivals again in the future. Aleister Black wins the United States Championship, and Aleister Black is champion. You can say that Lana was involved in the finish here, that Andrade wanted her to get involved, but with Aleister Black's demeanour, she sort of froze in fear. She knew what she did to Zelina. He did to Zelina before, so Aleister Black took advantage. Black Mass to Andrade, and a new United States champion. Very, very good matchup. Backstage, the Smackdown Tag Team Champions cut a promo on Reigns and Bryan hyping up their tag team title contest, which is next, by the way. And 69, not bad. So, I'll say this again. There have been four title matches on the card tonight so far. There have been 4 title changes on the card so far tonight. Reigns and Bryan, Miz and Morrison. Will the superstar duo of Reigns and Bryan walk away with the championships? Let's have a look. Your winners. And new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, an 80 rated match as well, by the way. Bryan the best of the lot with an 83, 78 from Reigns, Morrison 69, but Miz 76, very good from him. And Roman Reigns pins Morrison to win the tag team titles. He's never held the tag team championships apart from being in the Shield with Seth. I think that could be wrong, but I think tonight he's won the SmackDown Tag Team Championships with Daniel Bryan. Listen, I know they're not a specific team, but I will say this now. The point of this is to have a great match, a big moment for 2 big stars, and then we're quickly going to move the division in a different way. There are tag teams on SmackDown that are worth using, a tag team that could be about to return as well. Listen, it's worth doing. It gives Miz and Morrison a storyline where they need to try and win their titles back to give themselves some sort of idea of what they're doing. I'm okay with this. 80 for a good matchup. Again, this card has killed it so far. Very good stuff. We go backstage where Xavier Woods is being interviewed. Ignore the upcoming match. That's not going to happen yet. Xavier Woods is being interviewed backstage. He says he's asked about Big E turning on Kofi Kingston earlier, and Xavier Woods says, listen, don't worry. Don't worry, fans. The New Day will be on SmackDown. The New Day will return to the power of positivity on Friday. But Xavier Woods looks furious. Xavier Woods looks nervous, and Xavier Woods is putting a brave face on it, and he's hopeful. But he knows that things have changed. Okay, the following contest is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The champion, Sasha Banks, defends against her former best friend, Bayley. Now, I'll say this again, shall I? There have been 5 title matches tonight so far. There have been 5 title changes. Will we see another one? Your winner. And still, SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks, 67 is okay. Shows that Raw with Becky has a much higher rating so far. However, this isn't bad. Sasha Banks defeats Bayley with a submission, the bank statement, and puts an end to her best friend's quest of the title, perhaps. 67 is still pretty good. Sasha Banks 63, Bayley 61. Their pops are really low, really, and they have great chemistry. Banks is getting better at gimmick, and the face champion retains the title tonight. We only put the title on her last month. I didn't want to change it again right now. And yeah, Sasha is the best person to hold onto the belt going forward into the Smackdown division. I have plans for it. At the moment, Sasha Banks and Bayley have put on a good matchup here. Not the best match of the night by any means, but a good matchup. Pleased with this. No problems whatsoever. We've got 2 contests left, and they are for the top titles on each brand. The WWE Championship is on the line, and the Universal Championship is on the line. AJ Styles, well, he will defend the title against Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre cuts a promo on AJ vowing to win back his title tonight. 72 talks about a lot of the same things he's been saying, but tonight he gets his hands on the weasel AJ Styles and gets to destroy AJ Styles. 72, good promo. And the following contest, your penultimate contest of the night, is for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles defends against Drew McIntyre. We've stopped the rot of the title changes with Sasha Banks. However, there have been 5 title changes already. Will it be 6? Drew McIntyre, will he win the title? Your winner. And still WWE Champion AJ Styles in a slightly disappointing match here. 74 is still pretty good, but Drew put in an 84. AJ is 76 and we got 74. Drew was actually off his game as well. I wonder what we lost on here because it seemed really poor. Burnt out crowd. Long show. We've done a lot, to be fair, a lot of title changes, so that makes a lot of sense. But the reason is that AJ retains the belt here is that we've only put the belt on him last month. We could put it back on Drew. However, Drew had a good run with the title, and the money's in the chase, isn't it? So AJ being champion makes sense right now. He wins his first match, a great match between 2 quality talents in the main event of SummerSlam, a main event of SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. Good. That means we've got a main event though, doesn't it? The main event. And it's for the Universal Championship. Before that, we get a special over-the-top entrance for the Fiend. 69 is okay. And now then, the final contest of the night. A long night, but the final contest is going to be, well, bowling shoe ugly is what JR would say. It is the Fiend Bray Wyatt looking to end the Black Sheep, Braun Strowman, and end his title reign. We've had 5 title changes. Will it be a 6th in the main event? This actually main evented the main show in real life, and Bray Wyatt won the title. Your winner tonight. And new Universal Champion Bray Wyatt. The Fiend is champion again. They only got 10 minutes. They didn't need any more than that. They've had a brawl. 74, again, that's really low. 88 from Bray. 79 from Braun. I really hope that doesn't bring down the... If that's just because of the burnt out, that is harsh. That is harsh. I can't do anything about the time of the show. What am I meant to do? I'm not even giving it a long time. I've given it 10 minutes, a quick sprint. They've had a good match, but it could have been better. It could have been better for sure. Anyway, new champion, The Fiend. The new champion, The Fiend. Yes. 74 then. It gives us a 74 rates. That's harsh. That is very harsh. That does show you what it means to have the good main event. But I think it was impossible for me to have a good main event tonight. Because let's just talk about the fact that Braun got a 79 and Bray with the best performance of the night with an 88. And we got a 74. Badly burnt out crowd. Look, there's a lot of matches and maybe the pre-show didn't help me out. Maybe. I guess. But I feel like that's a much better show than we've done so far. Let me know what you think. I mean, 84, Shayna and Becky for the Raw Women's Championship. Killed it. Kofi and Sami, a 79. Killed it. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, 76. Killed it. Edge and Seth, 80. Not bad at all. 78 with Black and Andrade. I mean, tag titles, 80. This was a good show. A good show. And those 2 main events crossed the 80 mark if it's not so long. I truly think that. Truly think that. That's a shame that it's gone down that way, but it's been a big show. We've had big title changes. We've got a new Raw Women's Champion. We've got a new Universal Champion. We've got a new SmackDown Tag Champions, a new United States Champion, a new Raw Tag Champions, and a new Intercontinental Champion. And no more New Day, it seems. We'll pick up with that on SmackDown. If you enjoyed the show, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more. Things are about to change again, and I can't wait. We're on the build. Well, I guess we're on the build to Survivor Series, but up next I think is Clash of Champions. So let's make these titles mean something. Until next time, peace.